This is the Jockey Club Rose Bowl, 2 miles the trip. And Seymour is the 2-to-1 market leader from Forever Popular at 11-4, Fun Mac 3-1, and quite keen on the way to the start. You can just see there is Justice Bell at 10-1.
Seymour's the favourite here at 2-1, and Justice Bell is going very keenly to post, as I think you can see for yourselves in the hands of Frankie Dettori. Let's hope she calms down by the time she gets there. But I'm going to start by talking about Seymour, if that's okay, Steve, who has shown largely improved form this year, and it was surely a career best performance behind Wall of Fire in the Mallard last time.
Yeah, he in his own way, he's becoming a bit frustrating, I think, for the Ellison team, though, because if you stop the race a furlong out in the Northumberland Plate and you stop the race a furlong out in the Mallard, he's going to win based on the way he absolutely cruised through, and both times he's been picked off, and yeah, Wall of Fire in the end beat him pretty comfortably, and it was the same with the Godolphin horse in the Northumberland Plate, Antiquarium. So I don't know whether he is. I think there is a degree of him idling in front. I do think there is.
Well, they put cheek pieces on for the first time last time, so they obviously think there's something needed to help him, and he's wearing them again.
And George Baker rode him last time. I suspect in an ideal world he'd try and hit the front about half a furlong out. It's much easier said than done, particularly in a smaller field. Yeah, the big field handicap where you go a good pace is ideal for those tactics, not so easy here.
I was going to say, and is he going to be able to execute tactics like this in this field? I mean, is the field going to be set up at all to help him do that?
It's not obvious. No, there isn't a tear-away front runner, which would be, bring back Persian Punch, I say. It would be ideal for this if we probably keep on going. But in terms of the tactics, it would be perfect.
Let's talk about Forever Popular next. There is Seymour. Wearing his cheek pieces with pride and his sheepskin noseband, and he has shown improved form this season, but he needs to get his head in front from the Ellison perspective. Let's talk about Forever Popular, who carries a £3 penalty. That's for her career best success, beating Twitch on the July course earlier this year over 1.5 miles. Since last time out, we've seen her run in the Park Hill Group 2 behind Simple Verse, comfortably brushed aside by her. What did you make of her at that trip? Because she tries even further here today.
Yeah, I think it suits her. I thought she got the trip well that day. I just don't think she's as good as Simple Verse. I really like this one. I think I think she wears her heart on the sleeve. I think she tries hard. I think 2 miles would be fine, actually. And she wasn't losing ground in the final front. She got outpaced when the runner-up kicked and looked like had the race won for the Aidan O'Brien horse. And then Simple Verse, who is a classic winner, has come out and beat. But I thought, with the rest of the field, I think she was galloping all the way to the line. She's just not quite as good as those two. This is more her company, and over this trip I think she'd be fun, particularly if we're talking about they may not go a storming pace, and she'll have tactical speed, I think, in a race like this.
Her company with a £3 penalty?
Well, that's a disadvantage. That is definitely a disadvantage, but I think the step up to 2 miles is an interesting ploy.
Then we've got Fun Mac, who had been threatening to come back to some sort of form, particularly, I thought, in that run behind Elidor at Goodwood. And then he found the race being run to suit at Salisbury last time, which was maybe slightly surprising, because quite often at Salisbury you can have a bit of a dawdle over a 1.6 miles, and horses from the front sort of control it. But here there was a proper gallop, and yep. Fun Mac was able to come through.
Yeah, and for a lot of the race he really travelled. When he hit the front, he then sort of, I don't know if he idled a bit, but he certainly hung a little bit, and there was a moment you thought the runner-up was going to get back in the race. But I think he was suited by the true run race, and lots of the horses in that race were in trouble a long way out. And we know he's a good horse, we know he stayed further than this. So again, a true gallop would suit him, but it gives you the impression he's back in top form.
Yes, he's fourth in the Doncaster Cup last year, behind Palisator, beaten Thistle more than 3 lengths, a little bit under 3 lengths. It's the first time he's ever run here, which surprised me.
Yeah,
although he's run well at Goodwood, so it's probably not.
What about the ground, ideally? I know he's got form on both. Do you think he's a little bit of give suits him best, or?
Interesting. I think he's quite versatile regarding ground, and certainly given the times here, it's not something I'd be having in my mind if I was wanting to back Fun Mac. Would you?
No, I'm interested in your view. He's got form on good to firm ground. At one stage you was considered that was his surface, but he's also got form in really soft ground. And there was rain that night at Salisbury when he won.
Sir Fever is an interesting contender. I read that he was the first horse to win the Uruguayan Triple Crown since Invasor, who went on to win the Dubai World Cup. He was unbeaten in 10 starts, this is Sir Fever, in Uruguay, then went to Meydan and ran twice, that was last year, and ran pretty well the first time, and okay the second time, but we haven't seen him for a very long time.
No, and he's never run over further than 12.5 furlongs. But he's the highest rated of these.
Looking at him, didn't you feel that he looked like a galloper?
Yeah, probably. And I'm never that bothered with an absence from either Charlie Appleby's yard or Sabin's, or they often produce all stuff off a break. He's an interesting one. The handicapper says he'll win. The handicapper's got him £10 clear on official figures. I say the track I wouldn't know. The maiden, although it's good, I didn't think the Maiden form was £10 clear of the others. You know, it's pretty good form. He's also got 544 days and cheek pieces first time. So a lot of things are happening here, but he's clearly a horse with plenty of ability. And yeah, I don't know what the Uruguayan form is like. Whether Montevideo is an identical course to Newmarket, I wouldn't know. But he's clearly a horse who knows how to win.
Then there's Gold Member, who's the only 3-year-old in the lineup, and he's been quite highly tried. 6th in the Bahrain Trophy, which is a good renewal this year, 7th in the Gordon, and last time he was quite well beaten in the March Stakes by Platitude.
Yeah, that disappointed me, because I thought he looked a real galloper in the Bahrain Trophy. I thought he'd probably run okay in the March Stakes. You know, he's already proven at the track, and he didn't run very well at all. And they've got tongue tie on for the first time, although
I wondered whether maybe he choked.
That's all I can think. That's all I can think. Yeah, if he hadn't had that run, he'd be a shorter price than he is now. He has got proof, not here, but at the other Newmarket. And I say, I do think he's a galloper. I think this trip should really suit him.
Okay. And then there's Justice Bell, who, as you saw, was going pretty keenly to post. And we hadn't seen her for a very long time when she made her belated seasonal debut at Haydock just quite recently, finishing 5th behind Intense Tango. She was trying a mile and 6 for the first time, and it looked like she was really seeing the race out very strongly.
I think it's a good run. It's coming back from an absence, and coming back from an absence in that sort of ground, where it really is a test of your fitness. I thought she did pretty well, and she was keeping on. I agree, she certainly gave the impression that she's worth a try at this trip. That form needs improving on, the literal form, but given it's her first run for a long time, she might well step forward a little bit.
I wonder whether she might prefer Cut. I'm not saying that she won't go on this, but whether Cut would help her. I don't know, but maybe that just helps it make it more of a...
I was going to say, that could have been because she was running over shorter trips, so we'll learn more about her today. But it's perfectly possible with 3 weeks that she will step forward from that first run for ages, but I think she does need to.
Shape of the race here, please, sir?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, the Safiva on some of his form abroad.
This is Montevideo.
Yeah, absolutely. So, I
know of any other city in Uruguay?
Luis Suarezville. No. Not at all. I could if I gave me time, actually.
Really?
Yes.
Could
I could come with one more. Yeah,
well, one more city in Uruguay?
Yeah, give me 10 minutes.
Well, and your phone?
I don't know how to work my phone.
No, that is true. 6 to 4 Seymour, 7 to 2 Sun Mac and Forever Popular, 7 to 1 Sir Fever, 10 to 1 Gold Member, and 16 to 1 Justice Bell. If you can name another city in Uruguay, I'll be impressed.
Okay, good. That's very important to me.
So they've commenced loading.
With a plate.
And loading quite readily, and Justice Bell seems a bit calmer now that she's down the sort, although she has got a little bit warm. Last week coming forward for this listed event, let's join Ian.
And the last one will be Justice Bell, who'll be taking her place in stall number 4. Walks up now. That's it, set. They're off. They race with 2 miles. For the Jockey Club Rose Bowl, reduced now to a field of 6 as they leave the starting gates. Early on in the contest, well, Fun Mac, Jim Crowley keeping him wide of the others, extreme right. Frankie on Justice Bell is nose banded on towards the left. William Buick is a little detached from those. See Fever in the blue colours. Then against the running rail, a green sleeve jacket is Forever Popular, followed through by Gold Member. The gold cap, and Seymour, George Baker has dropped him out as back marker of the sextet as they continue their journey down towards the turn. It's a length and a half advantage for Justice Bell. She took quite a strong hold on the way down to post, but seems to be settled well enough now. Jim Crowley continues not to want to be anywhere near the others in that running rail, although he's beginning to edge over towards them as they head towards the turn at the mile and a quarter gate. Sir Fever was well punted. Godolphin runner showing in 3rd place between the leading pair at this stage, and this is followed through by Forever Popular. She holds 4th position, a green sleeve jacket for Ryan, and is is on by about a length and a half or so to Gold Member and Oisin Murphy, and George Baker continues to bide his time on Seymour as still the back marker of the sextet, as they've levelled up then down the home straight. On the left with the noseband is Justice Bell, purple and red jacket of Frankie Dettori. On the right, the tartan jacket and pink cap, Jim Crowley on Fun Mac. The Godolphin blue of Sea Fever and William Buick is between them. Forever Popular Ryan Moore, green sleeve jacket, then Gold Member. There's the only 3-year-old in this lineup. A gold cap for Oisin Murphy, and be 4 or 5 lengths or so to the red sleeve jacket. George Baker on Seymour continues to be at the rear of the field. So now they're well past the halfway stage and heading down towards the last 3/4 of a mile. Seymour, the favourite's going to be about 10 lengths, maybe slightly less than that, off the leader, Justice Bell, at this stage. Fun Mac on the right with the white face, the chestnut, continues to race wide of his rivals. Sir Fever in the blue jacket bowls along between that pair as they head down with a little over a half mile to go. Forever Popular is next, and then comes Gold Member, and Seymour continues to be back marker of these 6. He's always been up the rear of the field. Heading down now, coming towards the final 3 furlongs. It's still Justice Bell. Fun Mac in second place. Sir Fever's just being ridden along. Coming there now, Forever Popular up into 4th place. Gold Member into 5th. Now he's travelled quite well through this. Seymour on the right there. Confident George Baker at the moment as they head down past the bushes then. And it's still in front. On the left, Justice Bell. Sir Fever's been well beat off. Fun Mac is in second place. Seymour's on the right being produced. Gold Member still galloping on strongly between them now as they head down into the dip. And it's Gold Member now. 2 on the extreme left. In second position is Justice Bell, who's fighting him off. Here's Seymour, the red sleeve jacket nearest to us. Fun Mac still has a chance. Justice Bell in front. Seymour being produced, but missed, I think. I think it's gone to Frankie and Justice Bell to Seymour. Fun Mac between them, and then Gold Member.
All that work, George Baker, all that work. Have you got it? It's close, and the judge has called a photo. There's the still on the line between Justice Bell on the far side and Seymour on the near side. Fun Mac's 3rd, we know that. Gold Member is 4th. Having thought that George Baker wasn't going to get the race that he needed in Seymour, he did get it in the end, and it was just a case of delivering him late enough. Has it been too late? Well, given the judge took a while over the previous photo. Oh no! Here we go.
Finish for first place. First, number 6, Justice Bell.
Justice Bell has won. Ouch. Justice Bell has won for Ed Walker and Frankie Dettori. Second was Seymour for Brian Ellison and George Baker. And 3rd was Fun Mac for Hugh Morrison and Jim Crowley, ahead of Gold Member in 4th. And there is the proof that I can only see the side of George Baker's head there. Yes. I almost feel it's plaintive, that look, even though I can't see it.
Yeah, I know what you mean. He's looking rather than confidence.
Please, I've got there.
Gosh. Again, would it have been different if it had been Justice Bell, who was right next to her? I don't know. But first of all, the winner was very genuine. Because cut out the running, and one after another they've come to challenge, and I thought she was going to drop away, but she clearly did suit the 2 miles, really suited. And she finally saw Fun Mac. You think that's going to be it, then right on the line it gets. God, dear, that's close.
Oh, close but no cigar. Justice Bell smoking it instead.
Yeah, terrific finish. I say terrific finish. Terrific finish if you were a supporter or connection of Justice Bell. Probably not so terrific if you were a supporter of Seymour. 16-1. The winner has returned. Frankie Dettori on board for trainer Ed Walker. Well done to Ed and his team. Seymour in second at 6-4. 4:25 at Perth coming up. Brand Ambassador and Western Home are non-runners here. We've got about 30 seconds before the off, so a very quick word from you, John. We'll put the betting up as well. Get a brief flash of betting before we take you to Perth and join Gareth. Favourite here is Flying Angel, 4-7. Nigel Twiston-Davies and Sam Twiston-Davies, who have hit the crossbar and had a few races go against them over the last couple of days at Perth, will be hoping that Flying Angel can deliver.